I was in an abusive relationship for 10 years. 10 years? Why did you stay? You know what? It's complicated, but he had me convinced that I was the problem. What made him abusive? How did he do that? It was emotional, psychological, and financial abuse. So, like, what does that mean? He was mean to you, and let me guess, he wouldn't let you spend his money? It is so much deeper than that and much more complicated. You picked him. Maybe next time you should make a better choice in a partner. I should think it's obvious that he lied about who he was and pretended to be nice. Sure, that's what they all say. But you knew before you married him. Question for you. You want to know why I picked him and why I stayed, right? Yeah, I'd love to know. Why is your default question to want to know why I picked him and why I stayed? Why isn't your question, why is he abusive? Because you should have known better. Specifically, how should I have known better? Draw me a map. What do you mean? You should have just known better. Everybody knows what an abuser is like. Stay away from those guys. The bad boys. Interesting, because my abuser, in fact, was not a bad boy. But to your point, you're suggesting that I stereotype bad boys and assume that all bad boys are abusers? Well, you don't have to stereotype, but you should just know. Yeah, you've mentioned that I should just know, but I'm asking you, how? How should I have known? Walk me through the steps and the exact traits that I should have seen as abusive right off the bat when he was nice. You're being ridiculous, and all you're doing is trying to not take accountability for bad decisions that you made. You picked him. That's interesting because all studies show that the abuser actually picks the victim, not the other way around. And I can't help but notice that you don't seem to be able to answer my question of how to recognize an abuser. So if you yourself don't know, how would I know? Typical woman not taking responsibility. You think that victims of abuse should take responsibility for their own abuse, but not the abuser, right? Women are also abusive. Men get abused. Would you say the same thing to a man? You picked her. That's not the same thing at all. You know what? You can take your victim shaming and shove it right up your